Alright. Sorry, my alarm on my phone cut me off. What was I saying? Yeah, crosswalk on youth night, people coming back. The last question was, what are ways you can do to spread the love of God? And everyone gave awesome points and ideas of how. Some people said, giving them verses to do, just talking and showing the love that you would want from God. Other people said, just say something, or hide a card somewhere from our church that or hide something that just is encouragement, but also about God. I don't exactly remember everyone, so I do remember what 4 things I said. I said first one was to invite people to church, youth camp, and youth conference. Youth camp and youth conference are 2 things during the year where all the youth gathers. Youth conference is on a weekend in November. Youth camp is on a week in June, I believe. Both really powerful weekend and week. And it's just a time for all the youth to get together, learn about God, but not just from the same church, but from churches all across Virginia, and maybe even some from other states. It's how I got drafted to learn about God. I want to give my life to Jesus. I started going to Crosswalk in 2023 after the 2023 youth conference, and they had amazing pastors, but the pastor that stuck to me was the final one, Pastor Peter Rees. His message Saturday and Sunday got me to the point where I decided to get baptized. So if you just invite someone to church, invite someone to spend that time with, you're gonna be set. Once you get into that church setting, you gotta make sure it feels welcome. You gotta make sure you feel love. If there's no love in the church setting, there's no point in you going, because it's not gonna be a real fuel to go. So then you gotta go find a church that feels right to you. God will sometimes lead you to other churches, so then once you find the right church, go back to those other churches and preach the word of God and get them really flowing. I know that because that's what's going on with me now. I went to one church called Calvary Chapel when I was really young. And, I was young, I didn't really understand, but now looking at it, it wasn't really the fuel I needed when I sat in the actual service. Most times I was in the kids service, but then a few times when I sat in the actual service, I didn't get that fuel I needed. Since I've been at Crosswalk, I got that fuel I needed for God. I felt pumped up. It feels like a family. At Calvary, it just felt like a gathering. Like you just came and left and went about your lives. At Crosswalk, it feels like you coming home to leave and to go home again. Like it feels like you just at home on Sundays, and then same thing on youth nights and stuff. But second point is pray for people. Pastor Peter Reed, I'm probably going to be making some a lot of my videos, because that's who I've watched mostly. That's where I've got most of my guidance from. Not because I know him personally, because I've just watched almost every single one of his sermons that I've been able to. But he said that God has led him to pray over people, but he didn't want to. It was Saturday night sermon at Youth Conference 2023, and his sermon was called Don't Be Afraid to Get It Wrong, which is really powerful, really moving. It's one of the things that got me to move to start praying over people that night. But pretty much if God tells you that person needs prayer, go talk to him. Or if he gives you a name, if there's no one's around you with a name like that, or you don't know anyone around you with a name like that, just pray out loud for that name. or if you walking past someone, you bump into something, and God gives you that little feeling of that person needs prayer, just lightly tap their shoulder. Say, excuse me, you mind if I pray with you real quick? God's telling me I need to. And if they say no, then y'all go your separate ways, but you still pray for them. But you're not just right there with them. But if they say yes, then you just pray with them, and still pray for them as you're walking away. Third point was we have these little cards we give out at Crosswalk. They're like welcome home cards. It's kind of, I guess, Crosswalk's little slogan, welcome home. Yeah, I see it in both the buildings I've been to. It says welcome home. But these cards, they tell people the three locations, the service times. It tells them about Connect Goose and stuff like that. Or like has a QR code where you can go learn about all that. Either way, what the point is to like hide them places. Like we got little door ones sometimes when it gets to like special times in the year, like Christmas, Easter, all that. So you just hide them places. Like go around your neighborhood, just put them on people's doors. Then you just got the rectangular cards. You got the square cards. Just like you go into Walmart and you know how they got those stacks of clothing, slip one under there. So when someone picks it up, they can look and be like, oh, hey, what's this? That's cool. They can scan it real quick and boom. Or you can ask, like, if you go to school, you can ask them, hey, do you mind if I set these places around the school? Or I set this on a table that they may just have lying out, or at lunch, you mind if I set this on the table where y'all normally giving out stuff when y'all do special things? If they say no, that's okay. Then in your free time, when you're able to, when you get enough, that's when you just start giving them to people that God tells you to. Like hide little things around, or like write little cards, like with a verse and encouragement, and set them places. Then my fourth and final point is just give your testimony. But that point isn't mine. That is someone else's. We'll give your testimony. Like my testimony, I'll probably give in a later video. But give the testimony of what you went through, what God saved you from, what God got you through. Tell people about that. They'll realize, oh, hey, God's love is real. I want to start going to where He's going. I want to start feeling where He's feeling. But so I guess I got 5 points. Fifth point being, when you feel the need, when God gives you that clarity to know, hey, this person needs help or something, help them. Just like you would help your brothers and sisters. If